A winning football team is good at many physical and mental characteristics. An effective Christian is good with similar spiritual characteristics. In this Football Faith episode, let's explore adapting. Clock is continuing to roll under 4 minutes as the Scots break the huddle and quickly move to the line down by 6 at their 43-yard line. Scots line up, troops right, as the Freddies are showing a blitz. Gray is changing the play as he audibles, and the offense now lines up in a pro left formation with a split end to the right and flanker and tight end to the left. Gray takes the snap and is being chased by McDonald and McQuigg. The quarterback is hit as he releases the ball, which is caught by the tight end Deming, who's running, and he gets out of bounds before Wilding can tackle him after a gain of 4 yards. The quarterback adapted to what the defense showed, and the tight end adapted his route to help his quarterback. The slant route, or Blue 71, is a quick-hitting pass play, normally to the wide receiver, but with the option of throwing to the tight end. The receiver runs 6 yards downfield before planting and angling up the field towards the middle. The quarterback takes a 3-step drop to quickly throw the pass, as the running backs also pass protect. The 61 route goes to the split end, with another version having both receivers to the same side, where the flanker runs to the flat. Sometimes in football, everything doesn't go as planned and teams have to adapt to make the play successful. On this play, the slant was covered and the defensive tackle and linebacker chased the quarterback out of the pocket. The tight end was running a route to the flat when he adapted his route to come back to the quarterback, who was able to get the ball to him as he was being hit. What looked like a sack, the quarterback and tight end adapted and turned into a short gain. Let's look at Paul and how he had to adapt from his initial plans in adapting plans. Paul traveled to Derbe and Lystra, and a disciple named Timothy, the son of a Jewish woman and Greek man, was there. Paul wanted Timothy to go as he was highly regarded in Lystra and Iconium. Timothy would get circumcised because of the Jews in this area. As Paul and Timothy journeyed through cities, they delivered decrees from the apostles, and churches were being strengthened in faith and increased in number. As they traveled, they were forbidden to speak in Asia by the Holy Spirit. At night, Paul seen a vision telling them to come to Macedonia to help them. And when Paul had seen the vision, immediately we sought to go on into Macedonia, concluding that God had called us to preach the gospel to them. They traveled to Philippi, a leading city of the district of Macedonia. Paul and others would speak to women on the Sabbath. A woman named Lydia in her house would be baptized. A slave girl who had a demonic spirit would be driven out. And a Philippian jailer and his family would be saved and baptized. Paul had a plan, but God had a different plan that Paul and Timothy and Silas adapted to. Why was Paul not allowed to speak in parts of Asia? It is possible Peter could have already been there. The vision Paul had communicated the Macedonians needed help. Paul would evangelize some of the skipped places on a future journey. The Greek word diabaneno means to pass, come over, or pass through. This word is used 3 times in the New Testament, once when people couldn't pass from heaven to hell in the account of the rich man and Lazarus. Another when the Israelites crossed the Red Sea on dry land while the Egyptians couldn't and were drowned. And the third reference is the vision for Paul to come over to Macedonia. Does the Bible show other plans being adapted to? Daniel had prayed 21 days, but an angel was delayed with the message. It took Michael, an archangel, to help break the delay, and Daniel would be given understanding of the latter days. At a wedding in Cana, Jesus' mother told him they had run out of wine. Jesus said to her, "Dear woman, what is it that to you and to me? My time to act and to be revealed has not yet come." But Jesus adapted and changed the water into wine. Football players and coaches adapt to what is happening on the field, including play calls and strategies may be adapted. Do you adapt to things around you? Do you change what you wear depending on the weather? Do you adapt as you grow older possibly not doing some things you could do when younger? How about adapting to doing things differently when something isn't working? We all adapt in one way or another, and sometimes it isn't easy. Do you adapt spiritually? The adapting I'm talking about isn't becoming like the world. It is adapting to be more like Christ. People have adapted to not only spread the gospel personally, but also through television, through radio, through print, through the internet, and other ways. We adapt as we go, but we do not adapt in a way that takes us away from the Father. Some may say, I want a relationship with Jesus. What I've done isn't working. I need a new approach, a new way. The Bible says, Jesus said to him, I am the way, and the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Adapt your life today, becoming a child of God, as you make today your day of salvation, by clicking on the salvation prayer video to shortly follow. God bless you.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.